Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. I was just watching Sky News now, and they're talking about yeah, you can hear it in the background now. Pause it.
The latest
Well, you
figures
can hear this.
coronavirus, talking about global reaction, talking about the UK's response. Asked just there about from our reporter Deborah Haynes about attacks, verbal attacks, and fears of stigmatisation by Chinese people here in the UK. And he said that countries should stand together. They have a common enemy, and he would hope that he wouldn't see these scenes being repeated. Let's talk to the Director of Global Macro Research at Oxford Economics, Ben May. Mr. May, one of the things that the ambassador talked about was concerns about the Chinese economy and also concerns about the global economy as well. Do you think that there are...
Money. Look, they're worried about money. Money at this time when people are dying. But that's the world that we live in. But the interesting thing about this Wuhan novel coronavirus, well, from my aspect, is how quick they've come up with the supposed vaccination or cure. I don't know which one it is. I assume it's a pre rather than a cure. In London, at which university is it? Is it UC? Not UCL, is it? I can't remember which university it was now. Whether it's Oxford or who it was, but they were talking about being very close, and they've cut the 2 year it would take to do this research. They've cut it down to 14 days, but they say it wouldn't be available until June because they have to do animal testing and then human testing, which takes longer, obviously. So it would only be useful if if it actually did turn into a pandemic, or if another version of it comes. But the thing is, how is it so quick that they found a cure for this? I mean, HIV, AIDS, and cancers, they're still waiting for cures. I mean, how long has cancer been here for, reportedly? It must be about 100 years, maybe more, I don't know, maybe thousands of years ago, I don't know how long it's been here for, but, if you think about it, in my lifetime, it's been a disease that has no cure. And they were talking about how they would need funding and this, that, and the other. And what I'm interested to know is, if they did get a vaccine, is it going to be free, or are they going to charge? Because I'm sure that part won't be on television. They won't talk about the money, the dirty aspects of that. They'll just talk about, oh yes, the university has found a cure. They're mass producing it, and they're giving it to China and giving it to this, that, and the other. But what you won't, I'm sure, see is the behind the scenes where they will be China will have to pay, or is it going to be free? I don't know, because that aspect hasn't talked. You can see they were talking about the economic situation of China, how it may suffer because people not going there, and and people not wanting to do business there, and the risks and all that kind of thing. So money does play a part in this. So why isn't it talked about when we live in a world where nothing is for free, unless it's charities? And even that has an aspect of money connected to it. So it'll be interesting to know, if they do come up with a vaccination, whether countries will be giving it for free or whether they're going to have to pay for it, whether we'll even be told how much China and Hong Kong and the Philippines and whoever else has had this disease will have to pay to get this vaccination. And if it's going to be a mass rollout for everyone, like they did for, which one was the one? It wasn't MERS, there was one that was it swine flu, I think. They had a vaccination, you could go and have it, HN51, wasn't it? So, there's some more money to be made. Because I'm assuming that the university won't be able to mass produce it. Or maybe their actually license is with the pharmaceutical company. I don't know how that all works. Because they don't talk about that aspect of it. They talk about the university and a researcher being close to it, but we don't know who's going to mass produce this. I have to be, some major pharmaceutical company, and I'm sure they're not going to do it for free, because they're not doing it for free when it comes to cancer patients, or all the other people that are dying a lot more. A lot more people die of cancer. A lot of people die of more diseases than the novel Wuhan coronavirus worldwide. So I doubt there'll be, or maybe they will, because this would be an open gesture to show how good pharmaceutical companies are. But if everyone has to have it in the world, they're definitely not going to give that away for free, are they? Because they're going to make a mint out of that. But of course, the media won't show that side of it, because that would make us as human beings look calculated and not really seeing the bigger picture of each other's survival. Because, you know, we see each other in different boxes. That's China, that's this, that's that, we're here. You know, you can get it for free if you live here. Oh, we'll give it free to the Americans as well, because they're our closest cousins, you know. All that kind of bullshit. They won't expose that side of things, that countries are going to be in debt, owing so much money for these medicines. And of course it will put a country like China. Now, this could be where the conspiracy aspect comes in, where people think, well, why did these things always happen in China? SARS happened there, and this one has happened there. Why is that? What's the reason? Is it an economic attack? Because everyone knows that in this day and age, everyone's talking about China taking over the world economy, in America, you know, getting close to being knocked off the top, and trying every which way, you know, with trade deals that Donald Trump did to try and equalise them out so that they can't keep progressing and overtake. And of course, this is a very good way of doing that, because they're going to have to pay so much money for these London-based vaccines unless they come up with them as well. And their businesses and their country as a whole is going to be affected, because people will think, oh, should I open someone out there or open it somewhere else, or, you know, all these kind of things that go on. So is that the conspiratorial aspect of this, or is it just happened because of poor hygiene at some shop somewhere? Who knows? But yeah, there is the. I just wish it would. I just wish that we could do things, because they were talking about how pharmaceutical companies or countries, that said, are working together, the UK and the China and a few others, I assume, so that, you know, they can share research. I don't know if that's actually true or not. That would be at least a step, you know, because that's my big complaint when it comes to cancer and all these things. The hundreds of different research charities that are being funded around the world, all fighting each other and the pharmaceutical companies fighting each other to get to a cure, or probably not a cure, but a preventative or a way to manage, because that's the way to make more money. Curing things isn't very profitable. Managing it is, because you then have to take it for a whole lifetime, like they do with HIV drugs. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I just watching Sky News and saw that, so I thought I'd give my comment about the Wuhan novel coronavirus. Yeah, and also it's interesting that here, since those people, the two Chinese people that have been identified with the disease, nothing's really been talked about how they're doing. You know, are they okay? Even the people, you know, sometimes we do see the other ones that were flown in the plane from China to here, but there doesn't seem to be much talk like there was when it came to the British white woman. I can't remember her name, the nurse who caught was it Ebola twice. But we kept getting updates about her health. I don't know why we're not getting updates about these Chinese people who have, in this country, have this unfortunate condition. Anyway, that's enough for me now. Take care, take it easy, God bless and peace.